All right, here we are. Stream's on. It's been a while. I had to take a little time off last week, but we're back. Welcome. I'm Agent Ultra, and on this stream, I hack on stuff mostly in whatever, but usually in Haskell. Like functional programming, and somebody once told me that you can't make real programs and real software in Haskell. It's just for academic research. So I thought, neat. Let's try it. And on the stream, we build all kinds of stuff. We built libraries for talking to the Postgres streamer replication protocol, to games, and this week we are working on, or continue working on, a database client for a database called TigerBeetle. It's a financial transactions database written in Zig. They got a C library that they recommend people who want to write clients for this use and bind to. So we've been doing that and working on that from Haskell. So we'll get into that. Let's see here. I'm just gonna make sure I got chat up. We're good there. Okay, cool. So where were we? We were basically at the point where we could connect, we could disconnect. We were working on being able to send a command. We were writing some higher level library level code, like we've been using the raw stuff at the lower level, like the FFI layer, to do the connection and disconnect stuff. There's been ran into a bit of a hiccup. I don't know if you remember this from the last stream, but the client code we're writing is, well, it's hanging for some reason. We've got to figure out why. So when I do it from the REPL, we connect. We see the logs of the TigerBeetle server that we connected, and then we can disconnect from the REPL. And we see the logs on the server that we disconnect. All well and good. But when we do it from our test program, our test executable that uses the library that we're writing, maybe it's connecting. I don't know. It's not really showing up in the logs when we connect, and it's definitely when we go to disconnect, it's just like hanging there. We do get the calling back though, which is fine, but it's making me think perhaps the issue is that the executable is maybe linking to the wrong library somewhere outside the Nix shell. Possibly. It's the only thing I can think of. Or like there's something really weird going on with maybe garbage collection or something like that with the foreign pointer not being able to do its thing, and like maybe it's the C client itself getting hung. I don't know. So we're gonna have to do a bit of debugging on the stream today and figure that out. And yeah, so first I'm gonna just check and make sure that our executable is what we think it is. Yeah, so if I do it like this, TigerBeetle HS. Let's make this a bit bigger for a moment. We'll bring up a little split here. Okay. We'll just follow the logs so we can see what's going on. Tail f 0_0 .log. It's gonna be fun typing tonight because my Haskell cat is sitting in my lap, which she loves doing while I'm working. Totally great. Okay, so that's the TigerBeetle logging thing going on there. If we did, say like the TV REPL, all right, we can see that we can connect. We get a connection from the client. We can quit. All right, it disconnects, orderly shutdown. We can do the same thing on the Haskell side as well with the raw layer stuff. But if I run our little program here, right, We're not going to get that. I don't think. Looks like I got some warnings to clean up. We should do that too. So we get the hello world. Right. But there should be a connection here. There's no connection. If I control C this, alright, it's just, I gotta like double control C here. No orderly shutdown from that either. Alright. So that's kind of problematic. That's what we want to fix and figure out what's going on there. So we go to the code for that. All right, we go into main. All right, we're using this with client function we wrote. Connecting port 3000. Okay, well that's kind of wrong. It should be 0. So maybe that could be why. But I've tried this off stream, and I'm pretty sure that is not going to make a difference. Recompiled main. We're linking. Hello world again. No connection. No orderly shutdown. So there's our hello world. It's getting to this. This is the callback that should be called here when we get a packet. Maybe instead of print world, I'm going to actually hit that P. I'll print the P. That's client state. That's not quite right. Let's jump over the definition of all this with client here. Okay, it does take a client state. Like this init client, we should be getting a connection from that. And we did a bunch of debug tracing on the state, and we see we can get all the way through all of this. And of course, since we're seeing the hello world, that means we are running the action down here. So let's look at raw client. Let's see what we can print out in the client state. We can't print the whole client state because it probably has like, I don't know, things that aren't printable in it, but we haven't defined a printable instance for it or anything. Yeah, T-bars and stuff like that. So I wonder if we can get the int map out, maybe. See what's going on there. But that's probably getting too far. Let's instead get rid of this. I want to know the path of the executable so that I can just LDD that and find out what if it's should be linking the library, but like just want to double check that. And maybe if we force the LD library load path to the one in the next shell that we pass to when we do it through the REPL, that'll make it work. Project initially building installing list bin. A list bin. Okay, I think that's the command I want. There we go. Cool. Probably just, yeah, anyway, I probably, command line foo is super great. Okay, we got libz, pthread, libdow, elf, ffi, dl, rt, libc, gmp, and there's tb client. Okay, tb client so is good. Okay, this is the one it's picking up. Okay, and there's a command we were using to find the environment variable for the path. That's what we were using there. Store 2S9723. 2S972367F. Yeah, okay, /lib. Yeah, okay, so it's probably linking the right thing. So boot it up in here in the REPL. I'm just going to run through that and make sure that I'm right about that. Modules. Okay, foreign storable, FFI client. Okay. Okay, make a completion callback. We're good there. And we make client. Okay, we got a client. We got the connection. Okay, when we did that client, we gave it this big old cluster ID. That's different. So we can D in it. Oh, right. That's an either. Get the D in it. Okay. Then we get the client OK result from that. Good stuff. Okay. Cluster ID. And let's try and run that. Maybe it was just the bad, just a different client ID. Ignore that for now. Go back to hello world. Okay, no connection still. Oh, okay. So, no good. Okay, now let me try importing RADA client. And we're going to need to make a callback manually. Then we get our client. I'm just going to do it like this because it's throwaway code. What did I call it? To client and a client. And a client. And a callback here. Sorry. And a client here. Pop those over there. Completion context there. Our callback here. And that should get our client. And then we're just immediately going to deinit client. We don't expose that, do we? I guess. I'll just change it temporarily. We probably will want to expose the raw, I guess, on the library at some point, so that other people can build their own clients and just use our FFI layer. Oh, yeah, duplicate. Probably get rid of that. Alright, because I guess the status is not IO. Okay, so we just want to see a connect deinit from unexecutable, our main here. Alright, for some reason linking is taking forever. Good times. Come on, linker. Sheesh. That's weird. I'll try that. Okay. Let's just clean the build. All right. Back to linking again. Come on, linker. You can do it. I believe. I've really upset the linker for some reason. Make it work overtime. Alright, well, while we wait for that, why don't we see what's going on in Haskell land. How the lockstep do I test stateful APIs? Well-typed folks are awesome. Ew, Tesla's high in Haskell. Gosh. Yeah, Haskell community needs... I don't know why, but there's some employers that are hiring for Haskell. Just shady. Just shady. Let's see. Backend developers using continuation passing style, CPS. Action to send listener appears listener going to be executed. I don't know. Control.arrow is an interesting library. Standard book. No, there isn't a standard book. Lots of books. It's almost like a career path for Haskell. If you're getting into Haskell as a career, you gotta like write a book at some point. Okay, I don't know why the heck is it. Why is it getting hung up on linking? Like, what's going on there? What on earth? Okay, that's weird. Okay, Let's... I don't know. VHS back in there. Weird. Let's just try a straight build. And that's all run would be doing is running build and then executing the resulting executable. Okay, for some reason it worked that time just fine. That's good. Okay, let's get our log back. Go. Okay. Okay, we're running. Nothing. Nothing. Put Sterling here. Begin. Okay, we get the pointer. Okay, just as before with our client code. So yeah, it's... Let's see. We know it's... At least LDD is reporting that our executable is loading the same one that the REPL is. We know in the REPL that we can connect and disconnect fine. What else could it be? Why would it be hanging there? Is there another function we can call maybe in the like maybe something wrong with the foreign pointer? That I can't imagine what it would be, but I don't know. Let's go to the internal FFI client HSC. This is our low-level FFI code. It's not very pretty, fun, but it's there. Maybe there's a there's TB clump like completion context. Echo. Storable instance of TV packet. Nothing really. Well, except for submit. Could try submitting a packet. Maybe even if it's like maybe not a good packet, like anything, just to see if that also hangs, then maybe it's something to do with the foreign pointer. Maybe it's not the C code, the C library is apparently initializing it by telling us it's initialized, but maybe it's getting garbage collected or something, and like if we try to use it, that's causing the library to hang for some reason. Okay, so we want to do that. We call TB client submit. We got to get the pointer to the client. So that's a client. Here's a foreign pointer. So we're gonna have to import foreign pointer in order to get access to with foreign pointer. And that'll give us the raw there. Then we should be able to call TB client submit. As long as we can import it. I'm going to have to update the Cabal file for that again, rebuild everything, but, you know. Client, we're going to need a pointer to a packet. I'll get a status from that. For the DNet result there. Chat. Feel free to stop and ask any questions. I also don't mind a little backseat programming. At any point in time. Or if you see something that I'm missing, you're like, oh God! Right there! And tell me. Okay. So let's make a packet. Let's see. I've got some stuff in TigerBeetle client account that I think can make one. Create accounts packet. Okay, it's in the raw layer. Account. Yeah, that's right. Okay, cool. So we can create a 0 TB account and then create a packet from that. Right, of course. Account packet, we'll create accounts packet with 0 account. 0 TB account. Okay, that should give me a pointer to a TB packet. Put a do in front of that, boss, and then account packet. Okay, this might not compile, but we'll see. Yeah, because Cabal. Hopefully the linger doesn't get mad at us again. Come on. Oh, we're good. Great, cool. TB client submit's not in scope. Because we need that from the FFI. Okay, I'm gonna have to, that one I'm gonna have to, like, not do. Maybe the raw layer has the submit wrapped already. Oh, we do. Submit request. Sort of. Oh, this is way higher level. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to do that. For now. That's fine. Yeah. DB client submit. Yeah, it should be that. Oh, we haven't imported it. Erp. An IO TB account. Yes. Okay. That's what we want. Okay, so we hit begin. We create a callback here. We call init client. It's status. Print status. So we get a client OK from that. Wait, we did DNet result, and we're printing DNet result. Are we still printing? What was this? Okay, let's comment that out. Something funky. Okay, that totally works. Okay, this doesn't work though. This is causing it to hang. We're getting some kind of value back, but we're not... It's not quite right. Also, I'm not... Even though we are getting this client okay, which is kind of interesting, I'm not seeing anything. We're not doing echo, right? We're doing init client, yeah. Cluster is 0, so yeah, no, this cluster ID is wrong. Weird. Yeah, still getting that. Okay. What is happening when we run this thing? I'm gonna get list bin of it. I'm gonna strace that. Okay, it's just going. There we get the right. Okay. Weird. Then we're entering into a loop. And hanging here. S-trace. I want to see if that's our, like the GHC RTS, or if that's the C library, like if that's in libtb client. How do I do that again? I follow the forks. Yeah. Let me look, Google it. S-trace. Link library calls. L-trace. Oh, okay. Right. System trace, S-trace, L-trace. And the library pattern option. Right. Okay. Oh, I don't have L-trace. Now I do. Okay. Okay, now all of a sudden my terminal is not responding. Great. Good times. We'll kill this one then. Okay. What the heck is going on here? No. I guess the terminal is just tired of me. Okay, we gotta figure out what's going on there. I want to see what libtb client is calling. If it's the one making the called IO hearing there. Library. Cabal list, bin list, TigerBeetle chats, right? Oh, sorry, list bin. Like this. There we go. So it's just mem setting, copying a bunch of stuff. Probably running in a loop thread. Okay, so it's not, probably not the C client that's hanging. Is it us? The Haskell? Suppose maybe it is. Hmm. That looks all pretty normal. See stat. Oh, what's the Control Shift F? Okay. TV client. Open. Do some M mapping in. Ah, crap, we lost it. Okay, I should have left it running. Okay, why are we setting up IOU ring here? Right, we call an IO cuddle on 1. We poll it. Get the begin, right. Mmap here, 496. Okay. Invalid argument. Wait, fork. Get random. Some reason we get the uname. We get a clone 3. Set the signal mask. We write some bytes to it. We pull it for some data. We get client O. Then we write a client OK. And we write some data back to it. Fedex and then IOU ring enter, and then we just loop on that indefinitely. Is that something up with the FFI call there? Okay, let's try looking in here. We just call the CTB client init directly with our pointer. It should. That's a foreign pointer. That should throw a type error. I'm just going to try this again. Let's call dnit result up here. Oh, sorry, maybe the IO ring stuff is actually just strace pull. Anyway. Let us run it again. Right, we want the FFI client one. Yeah, this one takes the foreign. Oh, this essentially does the same thing. Oh, what did I call? To client unit. Let's pop that there. Yeah. Yeah, it should be printing. If it gets a packet back from this, it should be printing it. Something funky is going on here. Probably, maybe with the C library itself? Although I don't know, I can't imagine what it would be because it works under the client, under Cabal, under the REPL. But we haven't seen, I'm pretty sure we haven't seen any connections messages. That's our init client code. That. Calls FFI, right? TV client init. All right, nothing super fancy. Let's see if that packet that we sent actually did anything, change any of the state on the server. Bin TV REPL. All right, we created a 0 account. TV account ID 0. We submitted that. Apparently. It looked like it worked. It said TV client OK. We got that from the C library, but nothing. No client accounts were found. Dubious. Okay, let's try connecting with the REPL. Haskell this time. Let's call the submit packet from here. We'll get raw.account and raw client. Make our completion callback. Oh, we need 4. What do we need? 4 storable, right? Okay. Okay, got our pointer, callback, and then let's get our client. Completion context and callback. Okay, so it connected. Okay, and then let's get the logs going. Let's tail those logs. All right, got the connection. Set and verify pure connection. Da da da. That's our client ID. So then let's get account from 0TB account. TigerBeetle raw.account. Okay, and create our packet. Create accounts packet. There we go. And if we go to raw client, we're going to do the FFI version of this. Let's import that as well. Database, TigerBeetle, internal FFI dot client. Okay. TB client submit. What to do with our with foreign pointer? So we'll need foreign pointer. TB with foreign pointer. Client. Client. And we're going to find that to R. But with raw client, we're going to TB client submit raw client, the account packet. Not in the scope. Okay, there's our packet. We get back from the server. Okay, so the server said invalid data size. Perfect. That's fine. That's a response. But we're not returning to the REPL here, which is interesting. That is called async, so the callback, I mean, is called back into Haskell async. The invalid data size, that's fine, that's good. But then we can d'init a client. If I remember what it's called. We'll rebind R. We'll use the raw TB client d'init. I gotta do with foreign pointer. TV client deinit. Raw. Ours client okay. Orderly shutdown. That works. Somehow. Okay. Works from the REPL. Doesn't work from main. Could it be that we get to the end here of this function? The callback function pointer has gone out of scope before it gets called back. Let's add a little loop. Or we could just thread delay. While we await the result. Or before we get any results, actually. Is the client okay here is just us calling the C library. That returns synchronously. Okay, that could be it. Even though, like, we should be parsing this properly, but clearly we're not. DNet result. Right, and maybe the only reason why it's working in the REPL is because it's like it's staying open. It's not going out of scope. Yeah, let's try that. Let's thread delay. 2 seconds. 2 microseconds. That's from control.monad. Mm-hmm. It's still not working. I'm just gonna try the TB REPL. We did try, it looks like we did actually successfully create that account. in those. No, it didn't because it errored. That's right. It wouldn't have created it. So that's fine. Okay. Sheesh. What else is there? Let's get the deinit result out. There. Just looping a whole lot. Oh, but. Got a pure connection. We did get a callback reply. Eventually we did hit a seg fault. Looks like. Okay. Okay. I think that theory is bearing fruit. So at this layer, our function call is going out of scope before it can be called back into from C, from the C library. All right, so that means we do have to, on some level, I guess in the library, manage this to some degree with client, which we should be doing. But we are getting the call here. I guess that means we've got to... When we call results with client, we probably need to like actually spawn a green thread off for the request so that we can await all of the data until it comes back before returning. And that's what with client should do. I think that's probably it. I don't know if we're going to have time to implement that, but I think that's probably the theory that we should work on here. So let's see what we can think of here, right? So right, in this version of with client here, right, we initialize this client state stuff. We initialize the callback, the foreign function callback into Haskell. So the callback that C will call, the C library will call into to give us our packet. All right, we end the result with that. All right, we're just running the action with the client state. Then we call finalize client state, which is going to do a bunch of other stuff. And the reason why this isn't working is because we're not awaiting the data, the asynchronous calls come back. Okay. Just like we have in our test program. And if we just loop long enough, We get the connection eventually. All right, if we control it, let me, yeah. Control C, then our, yeah, and then it actually cleans up on its own. Right, and even dinit is an asynchronous call that we have to await, I guess. Ooh, that's fun. Okay, so that's going to require a bit of an architecture. So we have some this version of setup completion callback. And finalize client, submit request. So in this setup completion callback code, we get the client state passed in. We get track the packet information, peek at the packet pointer. Is it, oh, the TB completion callback function. It returns. So we peek the packet. Get some IDs. So this is the, I guess, kind of the important part where we look at the request context and recycle the ID. Let's see. Read the TVAR active requests. We do, that's an int map, look up the request ID of all those requests. Okay, that gives us a maybe context. Doing all of that. Okay, so we get some data, we try to decode it, the packet data from the C side. We deliver it on a TM bar in the state. Okay, and then we have a couple of transactions here in finalize client. We first write is shutdown true, and then in this transaction here, we look at the active requests, and for each element in that map, we'll put result var this. And then we call dinit client, which we're actually going to have to modify this to await. Okay, and then that we could probably work with that. We just need to continuously poll the state, looking to fulfill all the requests that were made. Yeah. Right, so in here, right, the actions are really going to be, I don't think we actually need the raw client state. We need the actions like that are going to put the packets in there. And then we submit those requests, and then we basically have to loop awaiting the results, right? Or we expose to the, yeah, or with client exposes like something like some kind of thing that lets them get the result. Get the results out. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna try that tonight because it's late. I usually finish these about 10 o'clock, which is about 20 minutes. So I think we're gonna call it there. But we've got a plan forward, folks. And if you like what you saw tonight, or you're interested in following the project, all the code is up on GitHub. GitHub.com/AgentUltra. That's your fine host here. TigerBeetle HS is the name of the project. This is a client library written in Haskell for TigerBeetle, the financial transactions database. Kind of a small, lightweight little database. It does a lot of work. Could be pretty interesting. And yeah, so, you know, give it a star, give it a like, whatever, if you want. And you can also follow me on the Fediverse on Mastodon. I'm Agent Ultra there on the types.pl server. From there, there's also my agentultra.com website, and you can get the links on my socials or on that website to my YouTube channel where I back up the VODs for the stream, to my other projects and stuff. And you can also go to the link above my head. That's declarative.tv. Declarative.tv has lists of other streamers who are doing stuff in other cool programming languages, including Haskell, but other declarative style programming languages as well. And there's also a link to a Discord server on that site there where we have a channel just for this stream. So if you're watching because you're in a different time zone on my YouTube channel, you're watching my VODs or whatever, or you just thought of a question later on that you didn't get to ask on the stream, that's cool. You can pop in there and ask there and meet new people too. Or just chat about what you're working on and tell us what's up. Thanks again for watching and hanging out. I do these streams on Wednesday evenings now at 10 after 8 in the Eastern Standard Time Zone. But of course, you can also follow me here on Twitch and set your notifications up. You'll get notified when I go online and when I start streaming, or just write that down. And if you're watching on YouTube, then you know what to do there. Just give us a like, give us a subscribe, leave us a comment, tell us what's going down. If you like the content, if you want to see what other kind of projects you want to see us to do in Haskell, or in general. That's all I got for tonight. May all your monads be free. May your types always check. And happy hacking out there. Take care. Oh, stream over.